I'm Katrina, and this is Sew and Tare. And today we are going to take our second quail aviary along with the rabbit hutch on top. We're going to put some shade cloth around the bottom for the quail and right here for Miss Zeddy so that she has a little extra shade. I might be able to remove this feed bag if I put more of the actual shade cloth up. This is a 2.5 foot shade cloth that I got online. And what it will do, so for the rabbit, it's for shade. For the quail, it will play a part for shade, but it's mostly for predators. So we have a neighborhood cat that comes around, and he loves to watch the quail. And the other aviary had an incident where there was a quail inside, and it thought it was trapped against the wire, and it wasn't, but it ended up dying. So probably had a heart attack because the cat was trying to get it from the other side. So these guys have grown up with the cat watching him through the wire, so I don't know that will be as much of an issue because other ones were adults when I got them. But we're going to do this anyway. It'll just an extra protection for them. And again, this will give them some extra shade, especially in the summer. Sometimes they like to lounge in the sun, sometimes they like to lounge in the shade, but this will give them the choice, a better choice. So, follow me as we put this on. We are going to be using zip ties for the most of it. This comes with zip ties. We're going to be using zip ties for the most of it, and then for the rabbits I'm actually going to use wire because they will chew through the plastic. So for the quail, I also have this rope light that I'm going to put around. I'm going to put it around the top of the shade cloth. And what that will do is it will allow them to have enough light year-round to lay eggs. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the shade cloth with zip ties, but I'm going to leave it super loose and then thread this through it. So that's how wide this is. That's how wide it is. It comes with grommets already so that you can put the tie through that. For this, what I'm going to do is, you realize you have a zip tie with the smooth side and then this is the blocky side. Basically you're going to do this and put it in through here. I'll show you. That is a little high, isn't it? That's okay. They'll still get sun. So I want to show you guys how to do this if you are on your own doing this task. So I have, oops, I zoomed in. I have this zip tie. I have another zip tie that's broken. It's green. It's going to be my tool. It chose a different color so you guys can tell the difference. So what I do is I stick this through and up, and this is a broken, oops, that's a broken zip tie. And I can put it in here and fish it backwards. You guys see that? Probably not. Okay. I'll do this again so you can see. You can use a piece of wire or anything, but that's how I do it. I use a zip tie. And then once it's here, you can zip tie it shut, and you can do all the way, but I'm just going to attach it that far because I am going to run that light through. Now on the side I am zipping all the way because it's just on the side. I'm going to show this again. Try and pay attention which line I went through, if it is level. And go up. And bend that back. And then complete the circle. Now, when we get to the door, oops, let me unzoom. So far that's doing pretty good. When we get to the door, we're going to want to cut it, right? And that is the best choice. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to attach it right here. Then I'll cut down, go and then cut on the other side, and then we'll go on. That way I know exactly what is being cut and what exactly, you know, will reach. Now with this, you don't have a grommet. I'm hoping you guys can see. There you go. With this, I don't have a grommet, so I just pull it somewhat tight. And you can stab this through the actual cloth. When I do that, I tend to go up a couple squares instead of just one. And bring that back in. So now that we have the door cut, we can now attach this over here. And again, for these, you just want to go through the actual shade cloth. You can make a grommet too, like that's totally an option. I went inside to get a battery because the battery went out. Came back with pineapple water. There'll be a video on this at some point later. Alright, let's get back to it. Something I learned when doing this is when you have loose zip ties like this, you don't want to pull all the way, because that leaves this open over here. So you want to be conscious of that when you're deciding where to place these. When you have an external corner like this, you can just wrap it around. Well, that's nice. They folded the grommet. Thanks, guys. You can just wrap it around, and that'll be fine. If you want to, you can put stuff here and here, but it's not necessary. Now, I am going to bring this down a little bit. I don't know if you can see, there's all these zip ties here. These zip ties are for the bird netting on the inside, which is protecting the birds from hitting their heads on the bottom of the rabbit hutches. So I'm to make things easy for myself, I'm going to put all of these underneath the bird netting. So it's going to be a little bit lower on the side, but that'll be fine. I have not done this on 4-inch stuff yet. Manuel, would you be able to help me real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to crawl underneath or on top? Or outside?
I can crawl underneath since I'm going to take a shower.
Okay, I'm in the corner. So this homemade tool is not going to work for this 4th inch. So Manuel is going to help me do this from the inside. If you don't have help, you just push it through, go around on the inside and pull it through again. Or you can, use a skinnier tool. It might be frustrating though with the tool for the size this big. Can you push it back through? Like fold it over and push it back through like 2 squares above?
2 squares only?
Sure. Okay, thanks. And we'll stay under there and have more. Are you coming back?
Yeah, when you're ready.
Okay. And can you pull that? Can you pull that? I want the loop on the inside. Thanks. Are you releasing the hay from it? She does kind of do that, doesn't she? Whoa, I have to connect it first.
Okay.
All right, that's good. And then, yeah, maybe 2. All right. Go ahead. Alright, I have... Oh, jeez. So I'm pushing this through so that the zip tie is on the inside to hold that lighting. Yikes, is that what you said? He's going underneath where the bunnies are.
It's a little dangerous one right now.
Is it, yeah, is there a bunny there?
Yeah.
Are you in the splash zone?
Yeah, let me make sure that I'm not getting shower before shower. Okay. Try to do this real quick.
Alright. Wait. Which way is it? Which way is it facing? Oh, no, stop. Okay. Alright. So that is on. And we have a bunch to cut off. Thank you very much. I'm actually going to cut this off right before the grommet so that I can use the grommet for the bunnies. All we had left was to cut out the bottom of this, and we're going to secure these sides. But I just cut this bottom off. We're going to put it on the door. It is easier with the door open. Alright, so now this is open. It's going to go a lot smoother as far as putting in this zip tie. I like to put several along the sides here just to be secure. Along the bottom, I find it important to do a pretty secure job because this is something you're stepping over anyway. And when you step over, you don't want to be tripping on something. I guess I shouldn't have gone as tight with the ones over here because I could have used that to hold the light, but didn't think of that. Alright, that's good enough over here, it's good enough over here, going on to this side. Since I've just done this part over here, and I have all this left to do, instead of starting at the top and ending at the bottom, I'm going to start at the bottom because I'll pull this tight a little, I won't pull it tight, but I'll pull it a little bit tight so I know where the bottom is, because this corner here is not necessarily going to add up to where the other things add up to. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm starting here. That's what I'm saying. Well, Overaptor's cheering somebody on over there. You hear it? I think Smilo must be laying an egg because that's Overaptor and Rexy, I think.
Yeah.
Our chickens like to cheer each other on. It's really funny.
But they're cheering the neighbors, aren't they?
No, that's ours. That's Overaptor.
It sounds like over there.
Mm-mm. It's because you're inside there, it's echoing. I have to show this. We're gonna show you guys these ridiculous chickens since they're interrupting the video. Oh, I come around the corner and you guys stop? Huh? Who's cheering on everybody? I know it's you. Oh, you guys are both cheering on Rexy? Or no, Smilo is in there. I was right. Did you lay an egg? Huh, Smilo? You guys are ridiculous. You're ridiculous. But are you laying eggs now, Smilo? Oh, not yet. Okay, I suspect that the egg song will continue. Hi, lady. All right. So yeah, it was Smilo in the box, and Rexy and Oviraptor were cheering her on. They're hilarious. So what I just did is I put the zip tie in back through without going through the cloth because I couldn't get a good hold on it. So now that it's through, I can kind of figure out where that's supposed to go through the cloth. And I cut myself somehow. No idea how. Okay. You go back through the cloth, and then you can tighten it down. So you can do multi-steps like that with zip ties if you need to. Alright, you can do one more right here. Oh, here they go again. Alright, so that's done. All we have left now is the door. Now for the door, we only have 2 grommets on the top or the bottom. You can put them on the bottom if you want, but I'm going to put them on the top. Now, we are not going to put lights on the door because it's going to open and close, so this gets tightened all the way. Alright, hopefully I can get a good shot of this to show you what I'm doing. This is that broken twist tie. All it was is something that was like this that I cut, and it's a useful tool. So this is the tie that we're actually tying. It's going in, but before we get up to where it's kind of fold over, we're going to put this in and try to hold that. And our goal is to slide this other one up into this loop. Then we can pull it through and then push it. So I hope that makes sense. It's easy to see because it is hard to do otherwise. Okay, our last 2 down here, and then I think we're probably going to maybe staple some of this on the side or something, but as it is right now, it will be fine, except for something can look underneath, and you know, knowing not our cat, he'd probably sneak under there. Not our cat is the predator. Or predator wannabe. He's a pretty good predator though. Alright, so I'm just going to do 2 more zip ties. One down in this corner, and again, because it's a shade cloth, I'm going to push it back through from the other side. It's not a grommet, so it's not going to fall through. It's not a grommet, so it's not going to fall through. It can actually, you know, stay in here and it won't go anywhere. And then over here, same thing. I'll open the door and we can push that through from the other side. Alright, we've pushed it through, and you can see there's the tip that I have. and I just poke it through the material. And slide it. Now, the door is not pretty, but it is pretty much completed. Our next step is to do the rabbit one. And I've been using this feed bag as her shade. I had another shade cloth that was up. Alright, so because rabbits chew things, I'm going to be using some nippers and some wire. This is the wire that came around the hardware cloth. It's always good to keep this stuff. So as you can see, when I put this up as a quick shade solution, I use this, and it has been chewed. This one's still on here. Alright, ZD, you're getting you some new shades. Alright, be a little sunshiny here for a few minutes here, ZD. So something else that this will do is it will protect this water from getting algae, which is always a good thing to prevent. Alright. Now, this is how much we have left, which is more than we need. Now I wanted her to get some sun, but I think that should be enough shade. Alright. Now I do want to be able to check in on her and stuff like that. So I don't want it to be too high. And she does like to sit in the sun until it gets too hot. She does like to sit in the sun sometimes, and she'll get plenty of that with this in the afternoon. I do want to check on her. Alright, so I am going to actually put it from the corner of her hutch all the way over to the door. And that will give some good shade for her. Alright, in order to use wire, I cut 3 pieces. I'm going to put a couple of these in my pocket. So what you want to do is you want to fold it over like a fish hook so that one end is longer than the other. I'll take you in here and you can see what we're doing. Let me just confirm the height I was going for. So this is convenient because if I have it at the wrong height for like summer, I can change it if I want to. But this gives her the opportunity to have a little bit of sun and have a little bit of shade. So what we're doing is you take this fish hook, okay, hold on to the long end, put the short end through there, and you have to move it kind of back and forth a little bit to open it up. Okay, open up a little more so it goes through. Once it's through like that, you can pull it to halfway and then just put some twisties in here. And because this is not a predator concern, you know, she doesn't care who she sees, you know. We don't have to do the bottom, we just do the top. So it makes it really easy, and it makes it really easy if you have to change it later, then you just can. All right, last one is going to be right here by the door. And the reason for this is because this is that way is south, so the sun comes in at this level. So I want to make sure that things are shaded. Now we have the rest of this is going to be, you know, open. They can get sun and all that. The birds will be able to get some sun. Right now, most of it's in shade except for a little bit over there right now for the birds. But for rabbits, they overheat really quickly, and so it's important to protect them from overheating. So that's why we're putting this up. All right, so then the rest of this we can cut off and use for something else. Oh. I forgot that our gate latch is tied onto this, so that's not going to work with the shade cloth. We have to tie it after. So this is the shade that we just put up for the rabbit, for Ziti, and that should be enough. I don't think this will be an issue with wind because our wind usually comes in this direction. If it does and it becomes scary for her, then I'll just add an attachment here. But this is kind of a good thing. You can peek in on her or peek in on the babies when they're around. And we'll just leave it like this for now and go from there. Let me show you what it looks like from the inside. We have, that's where we started. It goes around here. And here's that. And then the rabbit, we have a tripod, but that's okay. The rabbits, so you can see she's already laying in the shade. It gives her about half shade in there in the afternoon, which is good. It's going to give her more shade in the morning time. But we can move her resting plate over on that side in the summer probably, and that's good. She lays in both places anyway. And of course the babies are always shaded because they get a little teeny tiny bit of sun. Look at those sleepy heads. They just ate a little bit. Now it's nap time again. Look at this leg. So that is how I protect my quail from predators, or predators because they see them. They're a little confused right now. I should show you guys. They're underneath where the rabbits are, and they're all along there like, huh, we used to get sunshine to lay in over here. What happened? I would say I could have gone lower on this. But it's okay. They'll do fine. Oh, guys. Well, somebody laid an egg while we were making that video. Was it you? She's gonna go look for it. It might have been you. Except for Rexy didn't lay one today. If that's true. So I did end up lifting this up a little bit. We came out last night and she was a little bit disturbed. She couldn't see out, it looked like. So I did do this so that she does have shade in there and she has a chance to have some sunlight when she wants. I just tacked it up into that grommet so that we can put it down if we want, like in the heat of the summer. Happy girl. I hope this video helped you, and there are links to the shade cloth in the description. Enjoy protecting your animals.